Hi there, everyone. It's Paul from Financial Source, and it is 4:27 on the East Coast in the United States, and we are about to shut down the trading week. So I wanted to run through our implied volatility levels for today. What are we doing? What have we been doing this entire week? Well, we've developed a new macro tool, and these are finding specific entry and exit points that are given to us from implied volatility in the options market. So the options market has an amount of of projected volatility for the next day, and we're able to derive specific levels from that implied volatility. And what we wanted to see or show you guys is not give you some stat or say something unhelpful like 58% of the time this works or 92% of the time, or if you have these specific categories. We just wanted to plot them on the chart. You can see them day by day. You can see exactly how they reacted, so you can get a real raw feel of how effective they are. So let's go through all these levels. I plotted them on the chart. The first one is the euro dollar. A little bit more of a range bound day today. On Friday, we didn't really move anywhere. We got up to within six pips of that implied volatility level and sold off. But again, we didn't trigger it, and so it was just a little range bound for today. Pound dollar, we had similar action, implied volatility level up here as a short or resistance, didn't get triggered. The buy didn't get triggered either, so not much to say on the pound. The dollar Swiss was interesting. So you had a nice buying opportunity here. I always, if I'm using these, I tend to just trigger a couple pips above the actual level to make sure it actually triggers. But you can see the price came down and stopped within, it's like 57, 50, like within a pip or two of the actual level, and turned around, which is pretty cool. And then we didn't get anything on the top side. And then for the dollar yen, we also didn't get anything. The levels were really too wide, and we didn't get enough movement for today. And then dollar CAD was interesting. So dollar CAD had this level, this implied volatility level here at the 36.90. Now, if you look at the price chart from the 15 minutes, you can just see that it just blew right through, right? But if you break down to the 1 minute chart and you actually look at the news feed, this was exactly when President Trump announced on Truth Social that he essentially wasn't negotiating anymore with Canada, right? So, you blew right through this level. So it's a little unfair to the level itself because you have a big news event that hits. But yeah, that's what happened to that first level. But then where'd price move to? Well, it moved nearly exactly to this second standard deviation level. So you can see how helpful that is if you're looking for a profit target, or even you're looking for a reversal, or maybe you want to let the price action sort of show you it's going to turn around from that level first. Or what I like to do is time based. So it's like I can short into this level, but then I give it between about 45 to 60 minutes. If it doesn't turn around, then I'm out of the trade, right? So that's another way to handle it. But yeah, that's how the dollar CAD performed today. And then the Aussie dollar, we had another one that came within, just what is that, 65.07 to 06, like just within a pip or so. This was the lower bound first standard deviation. 65.06, market buys up right off that level fairly immediately into the end of the day. And then the New Zealand dollar, nothing really got triggered. So bunch of really good levels today. Didn't get triggered on a couple of the euro or the pound. Great level on the Swiss franc. Nothing on the yen. And then this one, just depending on how you handled that news event, also a very good. Obviously, you don't want to be shorting when Trump is talking about Canada, but a great short up here at that second standard deviation as well. So, and then if you look at the Aussie dollar, depending on how you entered that, and this is again assuming that you're just entering strictly on the levels themselves, with a little bit of nuance and sophistication, the levels can become even more helpful. So hopefully you guys got a raw view of exactly how the levels perform. You can see that it's not a silver bullet. It's not some sort of signal, that's infallible, but it is very, very accurate from what we found. It's shockingly accurate, actually. And when combined with fundamental analysis, combined with some of these other tools, it can be quite effective. So hope you guys have enjoyed that short video recap throughout the week. Hope that helps, and I'll speak to all of you very soon.